Money can feel overwhelming. Bills piling up, debt hanging over you, saving for the future feeling impossible. But the truth is, you don't have to figure it all out at once. You just need a simple path, a flow, one step at a time. Today I'm going to walk you through a proven step-by-step journey, a beginner-friendly roadmap for your money. And before we dive in, I'm going to give you a quick disclaimer, because I have to. This is not financial advice. It's for information only. It's for educating yourself. Always do your own research and make decisions based on your circumstances. Okay, with that out of the way, let's go. I'm going to take you through 10 steps, simple steps, the foundational steps to get you in charge of your money. So Step 1, let's start with the basics, your awareness and your simple plan. Imagine your money as the foundation of a house. If the foundation is cracked, it doesn't really matter how good your kitchen looks. The whole thing kind of wobbles. So the first thing, create a simple plan. This doesn't mean spreadsheets with 1,000 categories unless that's what you really want. It simply means you got to know how much is coming in and how much the essentials are to make sure they're covered. Essentials first. That means rent or mortgage, council tax, food, utilities, and transport to work, for example. If you're struggling to meet those with your income, then you're not alone. In that case, check out what government benefits you might be entitled to. That could help as a top-up to your income. And seek out reputable debt charities, not dodgy debt management companies. Reputable debt charities. And that goes for even if you're not in debt. If you think you're going to struggle with money, in the near future even, then those debt charities can definitely help you. But if your income does cover those essentials, great. Let's move on. The action takeaway for you from this step is to write down your monthly net income, the amount that you actually get, and write down how much your top 5 essentials are. And no apps are required. Pen and paper works just fine. And now let's move on to step 2. Your contingency fund, or your financial shock absorber. Some call it an emergency fund, I call it a contingency fund. That word is more powerful for me. Life has a way of throwing curveballs, redundancy, car breakdowns, unexpected bills. That's why the next step is a contingency fund. Think of it as your financial shock absorber. Any financial shocks coming your way, it absorbs it. At first, just aim for £500 worth. Then gradually get to 1 to 3 months of your living costs. That's enough to give you breathing space if something goes wrong. Keep it simple, just put it into a high-interest savings account, not locked away for a longer period of time. You want to be able to have instant access to this, but also earn interest while you're not using it. Once you've got that chunk of money there, keep topping it up until you reach 3 to 12 months locked away. Now, of course, this depends on your circumstances. If you're single, renting and flexible, then maybe 3 months feels fine. But if you've got a family and a mortgage, you might sleep better with closer to 12 months. The action takeaway on this one is open a high-interest savings account, and from your main current account, set up a standing order to that new savings account. Even £50 a month soon adds up. Step 3, pensions. Don't leave free money on the table. If you're employed, chances are you're automatically employed into a workplace pension scheme. And if you are, here's the kicker. If you're not contributing enough to get your employer's maximum match, you're leaving free money on the table. Let's say your employer's maximum match is £100. £100 a month. That means that if you contribute £100, your employer contributes £100 towards your pension too. If you contribute £50, your employer only contributes £50. If you contribute £120, your employer caps out at that £100 level. Now everyone's matched caps will be different. So this is about maximizing the amount of free cash you get up to that match. Think of it this way. If your employer offers to double up every pound you put in up to a certain limit, why would you say no? Now the action takeaway from this is log into your workplace pension portal this week and check if you're maximizing the employer match. Now step 4, debt, the silent killer of wealth. Not just of wealth, all sorts of money. The silent killer of your money. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. Debt over 10% APR is a fire on your finances. And the thing about fires, they spread. So if you've got consumer debt like credit cards, like personal loans, payday loans, anything like that, any high interest stuff, make a plan. First, always pay at least the minimums on everything. Then throw any extra money at the highest rate debt first. If possible, refinance to lower rates, lower interest rates that is. And if you think that's not possible, trust me, I've done it. You call up your credit card company or your lender, whoever that is, and you tell them you're struggling to pay back the credit card or loan or whatever, and ask them for a lower rate. Just ask. Just say, I'd be more able to pay back this credit card bill or this loan if I had a lower rate, and just see what they say. You'll be surprised what they come out with. Those are the 3 steps to take. But if you're in real problem debt, meaning you're using credit cards for essentials or constantly falling behind, then seek help immediately from a debt charity. There's no shame in this. The faster you face it, the faster you escape it. The action takeaway here is list all your debts with the interest rates next to them. Circle the one with the highest APR. That's your new focus. And I'm going to link up here somewhere and link it in the show notes below to a debt series that I've done on how to clear your debt fast. Those are the videos to really dive into if you want to escape debt fast. Right, step 5, build that contingency fund. You know, the one we started in step 2. Once your high-interest debts are under control, it's time to grow that contingency fund to full strength, which is 3 to 12 months of expenses, your living costs. Yes, it takes time. Yes, it's boring compared to investing. The very existence of a growing or full contingency fund allows you to invest without fear. The action takeaway is decide your personal target. Is it 6 months, 9 months, or 12 months? Write that number down. Step 6, define your goals. Now it's time to look beyond surviving and towards thriving. What do you actually want your money to do for you? Buy a home, retire early, start a business, travel perhaps. Set short-term goals, which is under 5 years, and long-term goals, which are 5 years plus. And be specific. Save £25,000 towards a house deposit by 2028 is far more powerful than just save money. And yes, create a plan of money that you'll put away every month that supports these goals. Now, you're not just tracking money, you're directing it. The action takeaway from this step is write down one short-term goal and one long-term financial goal with a deadline. Step 7, short-term goals. Save, don't gamble. If your goal is less than 5 years away, don't risk your money in the stock market. Markets go up and down, and you can't guarantee where they'll be when you need the money. For short-term goals, those less than 5 years, focus on high-interest savings accounts, cash ISAs, or even a cash lifetime ISA if you're saving for your first home under £450,000. The action takeaway is open a dedicated savings account for your goal. Label it clearly if you can. For example, first home deposit. And remember, this is a different savings account from the one you opened for your contingency fund. Step 8, long-term goals. Invest for growth. For goals more than 5 years away, investing is the growth engine that drives your money forward. Low-cost index funds inside tax-efficient accounts like stock and shares ISAs are a powerful starting point. Over decades, they've consistently outperformed cash. If you're in a higher tax bracket, self-invested personal pensions can also supercharge growth thanks to tax relief you get at the front end. But beware of these because you can only access that money after retirement. Whereas if you're investing in a stock and shares ISA, you can access that money at any time. And again, if you're saving for your first home and it's under £450,000, then a stock and shares lifetime ISA might be worth exploring. Though it does come with restrictions, so check through the details carefully. The action takeaway I'd give you from this step is if you haven't already, then open a stock and shares ISA and start small. Even £50 a month gets that compound machine turning in your favor. Step 9, we're almost at the end of this. Overpaying debt versus investing. That's a personal balance. What if you've still got a student loan or a mortgage? Should you overpay them or invest instead? Now the answer is it depends on the interest rate and your goals. If your mortgage rate is low, for example, then investing might give you better long-term growth. But if you crave certainty or want to be fully debt-free early, then overpaying on your mortgage might bring peace of mind. The action takeaway on this is compare your debt interest rate with average investment returns. Then decide based on both numbers and how you feel. It really is a personal choice. Now you've made it, you're finally at step 10. And this is about reviewing and adjusting. Review and adjust. This isn't a one-time journey. Life changes, jobs change, families grow. So revisit your plan once a year. Check your plans, check your goals, and adjust as needed. And don't forget, you're allowed to enjoy your money too. That's the whole point of money. All of these steps just make sure that you can enjoy it in the optimal way possible. Once the essentials, savings, and goals are covered, you can increase discretionary spending guilt-free. These 10 steps should have shown you that money doesn't have to feel like chaos. Just follow the flow. Plan, build your contingency fund, sort your pension up to the match, kill bad debt, define your goals, save short-term, and invest long-term, one step at a time. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving forward. Now, if you followed along and you're thinking, this all made sense, but I'd love a little help turning it into action, then I've got something for you. I'm opening up 10 free 30-minute action calls. These are not financial advice. I'll never tell you what to invest in or what products to buy. What I will do is commit to listening to your personal situation carefully, understand it, cut through the overwhelm, and help you get clear on your very next step. It's simply about clarity and accountability. Nothing more, nothing less. If you'd like to grab one of those free spots, then I've left a link in the description. They're limited to the first 10 people, so once they're gone, they're gone. If you're interested in financial education more generally, then level up your game and get educated on the basics through my Money Basics series here.